Welcome to Hooray! Today, let's discuss the part 2 in the speaking component in the IELTS test. We're going to take a look at the basic overview and strategies in part 2 for speaking. Here's the description of the test. The speaking test is for 11 to 14 minutes. It is in 3 parts and every test is recorded. The part 1 is a general or self-introduction task which is for 4 to 5 minutes. Part 2 is the cue card topic where you have 1 minute to prepare and 2 minutes to speak. Part 3 is the discussion on the cue card topic which lasts between 4 and 5 minutes. Let's look at the speaking criteria and descriptors in the speaking test. 1. Fluency and coherence. 2. Lexical resource. 3. Grammatical range and accuracy. And 4. Pronunciation. Here's a description of part 2. The cue card round is also called long turn round. A topic is given and there will be subheadings. This is related to personal experience. The requirements are you will have 1 minute to prepare on the topic given to you. You will have a paper and pencil provided by which you can take down a list of ideas and keywords or draw a mind map. You will have 2 minutes to speak without any interruption. The suggestions for you are: the examiner will listen and say nothing. You have to speak until the examiner stops you. After 2 minutes, the examiner will interrupt you and she or he will ask you follow-up questions. See how you can begin. You can begin with an introduction. You could actually paraphrase the topic. You can learn opening words and phrases, and you can include some main idea here. You could paraphrase, for example, if the topic is describe a beautiful place to visit in your country, don't just say I'm going to describe a beautiful place to visit in India. You could paraphrase the question by saying, I'd like to describe a stunning destination called Agra, which houses one of the 5 wonders of the world called the Taj Mahal that people visit. The other examples are, I'm going to talk about, and then you say the place's name. Or you can say, I'd like to talk about, and give the place's name. You could also say, well, there are many, and then you could use an adjective. For example, you could say, well, there are many exotic places I could talk about, but I suppose, and then you could say the place's name I have experienced or had is or was, and then say the name. You could also say, this is an interesting topic. You could also begin by saying, my first thought is, and say what your thought is. You could also say, that's a tough question for me, but if I had a choice, I would choose so and so. Let's look at some techniques as to how to refer to past events and what are the words and tenses that you should use. To talk about past events, you have to use different tenses which are given here. For example, if you want to talk about for things already done and you no longer do now, you can use the simple past tense. If you want to talk about past habits or condition, you need to say I used to so and so plus infinitive to. I used to do so and so, or would plus the infinitive. Say would and then give the verb. You could also say, giving background information or a past feeling, use the past continuous tense. If you want to say something that happened before something else in the past, then you use past perfect tense. These are some of the examples you could use. I used to like my English teacher, Miss Roberts, the best. I liked reading novels once, but I don't do it anymore. I had been thinking of visiting my English teacher for a long time. Everything that I had learned from her stood me in good stead over the years. How to expand your description. Here are some ways you can do it. You can give references or examples. You could say, suppose your topic is describe your favorite teacher. This is what you could say. I'd like to talk about my favorite teacher. Or you could say, well, there are many good teachers who I could talk about, but I suppose the favorite teacher I've had was Miss Evans. Let's see how you can add an opinion. You can express how you feel about the topic. It could be a personal opinion, or it could be a comparative or superlative. Using a wide range of phrases to express your opinion will help you get a higher band score. For example, you could use these phrases to add opinions. If you ask me, or you could say in my view, or you could say I would say, and then express your opinion. You could also use phrases like this, as far as I am concerned, and then give your opinion. Or you could say, I'm strongly in favor of, and say what you agree with. You could also say, I'm skeptical of the fact, and then say what you're skeptical about. Or you could say, I must admit, I think, and then give your opinion. These are different ways how you could add your ideas and opinions to your topic. If you're referring to the future, you're talking about a fixed situation, for example, then you need to use present continuous tense. To talk about future plans, you need to use will or will not or won't plus be going plus the infinitive. The infinitive is to plus the verb. For example, you could say, I hope to visit my teacher someday. Or you could say, I hope to visit my English teacher someday. You could also say, I will be going to visit my English teacher someday and thank her for the abundant knowledge she facilitated. Let's look at some general speaking tips. Find an English speaking conversation partner. Make sure to listen as well as you speak. Use a mirror. Record your practice conversation and listen to it later. Surround yourself with the English language. Practice with music and movies, first without subtitles, then with them. Pay attention to stressed sounds. Practice phonetic sounds. Learn new phrases and idioms. Learn new words. Learn word sounds and repeat them aloud. Pick up one sound of a vowel. Make a note of 5 similar ones. Begin by practicing on subjects familiar to you. Then diversify your speaking subjects once you're comfortable. And finally, speak until the examiner stops you. With this, we come to the end of part 2, overview and strategies in the speaking component of your IELTS test. I hope these strategies, tips and techniques would be helpful for you. Happy learning and speak well. Thank you.